Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven, Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Delicious edible works of art that are sure to impress your family and guests this holiday season. Vegan sourdough cinnamon roll, part 2 of 2. Butterfly and apple rose shaped treats. Stay tuned for some tips.
No to vegan, so you don't have to see heaven.
Puisnu is how Yenish people in German say hello. I am Olga. As the saying goes, like attracts like, and if you lead a benevolent and compassionate lifestyle, this is bound to bring you true peace and happiness. Yenish people from Germany congratulate you for choosing to walk this path, and you are indeed an exemplary example for others to follow. Welcome to our show, Vegan Sourdough Cinnamon Roll, Part 2 of 2, Butterfly and Apple Rose Shaped Treats. Last week, we had the pleasure of showing you how to make traditional cinnamon rolls that are enjoyed during this festive season. Similar steamed flour rolls are popular in parts of Asia, like China and Mongolia. Today, we will create steamed flour rolls on baked cinnamon rolls. By learning some artistic twists, you can please your loved ones this coming Christmas and the New Year. We have shown you how to make the original color dough in part 1 of this show. For the colored dough, there are some changes in the wet ingredients only. We have listed these in the ingredient list at the end of this show. So we will start from the dough sheet directly. Let's begin by making butterfly-shaped cinnamon rolls. First, we will prepare the vegan cinnamon chocolate filling. We use 2 pots, with one pot stacked on the other. The water level in the lower pot just touches the bottom of the inner pot. Turn on the heat to boil the water. Pour 100 grams of vegan chocolate chips into the inner pot, stirring occasionally to help melt the chocolate evenly. You can cover the lid to help raise the temperature. When the water starts to boil, remove it from the heat and let the chocolate soften gradually. Prepare another small pot. Pour in 45 grams of oat milk and 50 grams of fresh vegan cream. Turn on the heat and stir until the contents are incorporated. You can replace the vegan cream using the top solidified layer of coconut milk after placing it in a refrigerator overnight. When small bubbles begin to form on the side of the pot, remove the pot from the heat and set it aside for later use. Place the stacked pots containing the chocolate chips back on the stove. Add the freshly heated oat milk and vegan cream to the chocolate chips and continue stirring. Add 30 grams of vegan butter and mix thoroughly until the chocolate becomes smooth and silky. Scoop it into a bowl. Sprinkle 2 grams of cinnamon powder and stir till well incorporated. We will use 2 pieces of dough of distinguished colors, the original plain and purple color, so we will have a clear pattern on the wings of the butterflies. Lay the purple and plain flattened dough on top of one another, ensuring that they both are properly aligned by stretching the dough. Use the rolling pin to roll to get a rectangular shape. Next, we will apply a thin and even layer of the vegan cinnamon chocolate filling. Brush to the edges except for the far right side, leaving 4 to 5 centimeters uncoated. Make a 3 to 5 centimeter fold from the left edge of the dough sheet. Then continue rolling till it reaches the far right edge, which has been left uncoated. Use the rolling pin to gently flatten the rolled up dough, so the wings of the butterfly will be slim. Place the rolled up dough onto a baking tray that is lined with parchment paper. Cover it with a damp cloth and place it in the freezer for about 15 minutes. This will allow the vegan chocolate filling to solidify and it will not ooze out when cutting or shaping. Now the rolled up dough has sufficiently chilled. Dust some flour under the dough. Cut the roll into smaller pieces of around 1 to 1.5 centimeters. Flip 2 dough pieces on their sides so that the fillings are facing upwards and look symmetric. Dust the chopsticks with flour to prevent sticking. Use the chopsticks to squeeze the pair of dough pieces about 2/3 of the way from the top. Now it looks like a butterfly. To secure the pair of dough pieces together while baking, tie them loosely with a piece of cotton thread, as the dough will expand when baking. Place our butterfly onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Repeat the process for the rest of the dough pieces. Use a pair of scissors to trim any excess dough off the butterfly antennas. You can also leave them shorter when folding the dough. Cover the dough with a damp cloth and ferment for 45 minutes at room temperature of between 28 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. When our butterflies have expanded to twice their original size, place them in the preheated oven to bake at 190 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes or until slightly golden. Remove the butterflies from the oven. For the finishing touch, brush each butterfly with a vegan egg substitute to give it a golden brown shine and a crispy texture. The mixture is 10 grams of vegan white sugar, 5 grams of highly concentrated soy milk, and 5 grams of vegetable oil. Put them back in the oven for 3 to 5 minutes. Remove the cotton thread. Our beautiful and delicious freshly baked butterfly-shaped cinnamon rolls are ready. Enjoy! Next, let's make some delicious apple rose cinnamon rolls. First, slice some apples. Place these apple slices in batches of 5 for later use. Next, we will caramelize the apple slices by placing them into a frying pan. We start with 2 batches of apple slices. Then turn on the stove to low heat and gently fry them. Drizzle some agave syrup on the apple slices. If there is still room in the frying pan, you can add another batch of apple slices. Drizzle some agave syrup. You may need to sprinkle more water to prevent the apple slices from burning. Turn the apple slices over. Sprinkle with some cinnamon powder. And then flip the apple slices over again. Drizzle a little water if required. When the apple slices are soft and pliable, then turn off the heat. Set the caramelized apple slices in batches of 5 to cool. We have made an orange color dough into a rectangle of 20 centimeters by 40 centimeters. Cut out 9 discs from the dough using a cookie cutter of 6 centimeters in diameter. Using the rolling pin, further flatten the dough discs and make them larger. Then take a small lump of dough and shape it into a ball. Roll it out into a long strip with a rolling pin. Then roll it up to make a stamen for our cinnamon apple rose. We will now assemble the dough discs and apple slices to form the apple rose. Firstly, dab half the side of a dough disc with some water. Then place 2 slices of the caramelized apple on the wetted side of the disc dough. Overlap another piece of the dough disc on the apple slices. Repeat the process, dabbing each dough disc with some water to help them stick together. After placing the pair of apple slices for the 5th time, continue with placing the 6th to 8th dough disc in the same manner, but without any apple slices. Then place the rose stamen that we made earlier on the first dough disc. Use the long handle of a ladle to firmly press over them. Begin rolling from the first dough disc. Continue to roll firmly and pause at the 8th dough disc. Roll the 9th dough disc into an oval shape. Dab some water on the outer half of the 8th dough disc and place the last dough on it. Dab some water on the last dough and continue to roll up the assembled dough into a cylinder shape. Now it looks like a blooming rose. Squeeze to tighten and narrow the middle of the cylinder shape. Mark the middle with a knife. Place a piece of cotton thread over the mark and cut the dough cylinder into 2. We now have 2 lovely roses. Cover the rose dough with a damp cloth and leave it. Now they are doubled in size. Glaze them with a layer of vegan egg substitute to give them an attractive glossy appearance. Then bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Our delightful cinnamon apple rose roll is now ready.
Ingredients. For all ingredients, please use organic versions if available. For the vegan purple colored dough, the ingredients are dry mixture, 200 grams of flour, 3 grams of baking powder, 25 grams of vegan sugar, 1 gram of salt, 50 grams of sourdough. Wet mixture, 40 grams of purple sweet potato puree, 40 milliliters of warm water, 20 grams of mulberry juice, 15 milliliters of warm soy milk, 3 grams of instant yeast, 25 to 30 grams of vegan sugar, 15 milliliters of vegetable oil. For the vegan cinnamon chocolate filling, the ingredients are 100 grams of vegan chocolate chips, 45 grams of oat milk, 50 grams of fresh vegan cream, 30 grams of vegan butter, 2 grams of cinnamon powder. For the vegan orange colored dough, the ingredients are dry mixture, 200 grams of flour, 3 grams of baking powder, 25 grams of vegan sugar, 1 gram of salt, 50 grams of sourdough. Wet mixture, 80 milliliters of carrot juice, 35 milliliters of warm soy milk, 3 grams of instant yeast, 25 to 30 grams of vegan sugar, 15 milliliters of vegetable oil. For the apple cinnamon filling, the ingredients are apple slices, some agave syrup, some cinnamon powder. For the vegan egg white substitute, the ingredients are 10 grams of vegan sugar, 5 grams of highly concentrated soy milk, 5 grams of vegetable oil.
I saw some animals being killed when I passed by a fish market in Japan. I felt very sad and it touched my heart, so I decided not to eat meat anymore. Henry Atkins, vegan.
Radiant viewers, we hope you have enjoyed our show today. Spread the gift of love this festive season and share these delightful treats with your family and loved ones. When you show someone that you care, you will be blessed abundantly. May you always have God's protection and have a happy and safe holiday. Up next is Heavens Assist Those on the Benevolent Vegan Path, Part 2 of 3, on Between Master and Disciples. Wishing peace to all.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach. For free international vegan recipes and for language availability, please visit suprememastertv.com/VEG and suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Pour des recettes véganes internationales gratuites et voir les langues disponibles, veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/VEG et suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Para recetas veganas internacionales gratuitas y para disponibilidad de idiomas, visiten suprememastertv.com/VEG y suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Per ricette vegane internazionali gratuite e per la disponibilità delle lingue, visitate suprememastertv.com/VEG e suprememastertv.com/schedule.